Good morning, good morning. How are you? How are you? Ah, yes, a lovely morning here in England. It seems the sun is going to come up in a minute, so I can guess you're going to see a bit of fluctuations of light going on, as I said, moving here and things change. So, yes, how have you all been yesterday? I'm a little bit late because I read someone that I knew had gone to hospital because they had been given and they had COVID. So he's been struggling with his breathing. So he's obviously into the second week, probably. Hello, Carla. Thank you for coming on. So, yeah, I think today just really to focus in on this energy. We change in the UK where we're kind of like in this place where we may be plateauing or it's a false plateau. So maybe just in the sense, keep the energy going for you. Remember that even though we may be very individual, we are all connected at a deep, deep level. And that connection is the connection of that ionic bed, that bed of information. So right at our very core, way lower than what we can see, that is invisible, is the part that connects us. It's almost like so intangible, and yet we know. And the moment we close our eyes, we go into the unknowing of things. When we open our eyes, we see the differences, and that's good, and it's not so helpful. So it's just about understanding that when we have both, we get to see more of what the real truth is. The real truth about the virus, the real truth about ourselves, the real truth about what we might need to do in a kind of situation. It's really about recognizing that there are these truths. There's a part that will always be hidden, and that's the bit that really, when we go in and connect with that, we see the connections. I call myself a connectionist or a connectivist or a synergist because I like to see everything. I look at multiple streams of things. So I look at things from the Kabbalah, I look at things from biology because I was a nurse. I look at things from a sense of a psychotherapist. I look at many ways in which I try and make sense of things, because from each of those areas, there's bits that are hidden that are not quite in the space that you can kind of acknowledge. And then when you start to let the essence come to you, you start to see a truth that is your truth. Yeah, your truth. So I was thinking today, one of the things which was, I was just imagining what would it be like if we all looked at every time we had a thought and wondered whether, when first did I get that thought? Where was it when I had that thought? And just take that moment, just kind of see and track it back and see where that first thought originated, where it came in the context, what happened, what sort of meaning did you make in that context that allowed that thought to take hold. So yeah, that would be something that would be really useful to contemplate on as a way of getting to truth. Because one of the truths is we are all connected, but that's hidden. We can't see that. And yet we're connected via radio waves, which we can't see. So we're all connected, and yet we're all individual. And what we see, and we tend to live our life in the world that we see, instead of maybe also paying attention to the world that we don't see. And that's the one that's really important, because that allows us to actually join together in a way that makes us whole and united. And really what this has all been all about, hasn't it? It's about teaching us about unity. And we're trying to also create unity within ourselves, because when we experience something that's negative, we actually try and do what we would normally do in nature, is we would try and push it away. We would try and push it away so that we don't engage with it. And if it's there, sometimes what we do when we have this kind of experience, we will have the feeling of constriction, we'll feel the separation, we'll feel the lack, and then we attack. And what we want to do is feel that constriction, maybe even be aware that the constriction leads to the separation, and it leads to the illusion of lack. And what we want to do is move towards. We want to move towards. And by doing EFT or any kind of work that's energy work, allows us to automatically do this. Yeah, it allows us to go towards something and to see it in the fullness of what it is, to look at what is the belief, what is the thought, what's the negative aspect that we are holding on to. And one of the things is just to focus in on that. Ask the thing, where did this first thought come? Because I bet you there'll be a bunch of thoughts that will be part and parcel of that thought. And you've got to undo all of those. Because if you want to be free and to really live that life that you really want, it is about undoing thoughts so that you can actually start living your thoughts, your creative thoughts. Good. Right, let's start. All right, so on a scale, you can use a good or a bad feeling on a scale of 0 to 10. That's going to be your rating scale. So with a feeling of being good, if you're feeling, take a check on yourself. How am I feeling today? Do I have a bit of a grotty stomach? Well, that's what I have at the minute. What's going on there? So what's that feeling? Where am I experiencing it? What does it look like? If you have a feeling that's good, also do that, and then start to think, well, if I could make that feeling even more, what would it be like? All right. So those are kinds of thoughts that you think about. And then what I want you to do is give a rating. So if it's about, say, you're feeling kind of happy, but you're not kind of 10, then you might go, well, actually, I'd like to be a 10. All right. So notice where you are in relationship, where if you're going on the happiness scale, you will go from 0 being neutral and 10 being really happy and peaceful and joyous. If you're using the scale for a negative emotion, you want to look at where you're neutral to where you are the most distressed at 10, and just see where you are on that scale. All right. Other thing, there's no supposed to here. You can do what feels right for you. If you're a practitioner, do your own thing. Just be here with the energy. And so the points that I'm going to use mainly are the eyes, the top of the eyes, side of the eyes, under the eyes, nose, mouth, shoulder, clavicles, chest, under the arms, and on the top of the head. And I always start with these karate chop points. And you can alternate. It really doesn't matter. If you stay on one point, it doesn't matter. If it feels that this point needs work, what we really want to do is start getting you to work with your body. Let your body inform you. Let your body take that space, because you're bringing information down into your body. We want to bring heaven to earth. Yeah, we want to bring those two together so they fit in your body, in your heart, so that your heart can purify and show what is true for you. Okay, because we have to recognize what's true for us may not be true for someone else, because we are the unique expression of the divine. The divine, whatever you classify the divine to be. But for me, the divine is pure divine energy. Okay, so let's go. Who's that that's arrived? Hi, Sean. Thank you for joining. All right, let's go for it. All right, let's start. So if you've got a good feeling, then it's, even though I have this feeling and I wonder what it'd be like to have more, but I'm not sure I can do it, I totally love and trust myself anyway. Or if it's a negative one, you can go, even though I'm feeling really scared right now, and it feels like it's never going to go away, I totally love. And even though I have these feelings inside me, and they are there, and they may never change, I totally love and trust myself anyway. Just very quickly, just to say that I've got a 3 in my stomach. That's where I said I've got a little bit of sensation. It feels a bit odd. And so I will go, so even though I have this feeling in my stomach and I don't know what's caused it, I totally love and trust myself anyway. And even if that feeling goes away, I don't know whether it will or if it won't, I totally love myself anyway. All right. So I can see it as around, almost like a cell. Actually, that's what I'm seeing. All right, so top of the head, this feeling inside of me, under the eyes, I don't know what it's about yet, but it is something that can set me free. Feelings are very real. They are the expression of my body. And although I am scared that they may not change, for the good or the bad, I acknowledge this, and I truly love and trust myself anyway. Thoughts and feelings. Top of the head, feelings and thoughts. They go together almost simultaneously. Top of the eyes, side of the eyes. And I wonder what I can see. Under the eyes, what would it be like to be me? Without this feeling, or with more if it's a good one. Sometimes when we're successful, we don't want to let go because there's other things that come up for us, other fears, other worries. At least this one we know. As you pay attention to that feeling, take a breath in and out. Allow yourself to go in deeper and find out what it's all about. Sometimes when we are frightened, the thing that we really don't know is that we don't always have a structure, a way to go that lets us connect. So as we breathe deep inside, just recognize that there is this part that is very real, that is our heart. And our heart sits, there's 2 energies. There's the one on the top and the one on the bottom. The high heart is the heart that is our thymus gland, that tells us what's me and not me. And the thymus gland is where we have all our immune system. So it's interesting because our immune system, when we love, is really interesting. Because when we love, there's no boundary, there's no border. When we love with consciousness, not love from reaction, but with consciousness, we choose to expand. We choose to love. And the heart that's below, the receiving heart, the heart that is where the sea of tranquility lies, it is the receiver and the giver. This is the functional, the physical, the real physical part of the heart that allows blood to come from all the cells. And what it does is it collates it with all parts of the body, brings everything together into this one space, and then it oxygenates it and it sends it out. And remembering the first set, the coronary arteries are the first arteries that come off the aorta, so that the heart can be functional for the rest of the body. So the heart, that in order to look after others, we must look after ourselves first, always. Our mind, our body, our soul. And when we look after our mind, our body, our soul, our heart can beat slow and regularly like a drum. Ba-bump, ba-bump, ba-bump. And when that rhythm, ba-bump, 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 starts to go at the right frequency, this high heart gets highly charged and highly activated. This thymus gland goes on a hunt to collect all of its good parts, all of its civilians, its citizens, its people, even those that are feeling scaredy, that think they're separate, that have enclosed themselves, that part that's scared. And even though it may seem that good feelings might be scary, that they may be good, there's always an aspect that we worry that we might not be so happy or cannot have all of those things. Pay attention to that part, because that's the part that's stopping the happiness, the glow, the feeling coming through. And the high heart tapping on your sides, giving yourself a hug, is the hug part, is the part that goes and hugs everyone. So as the heart beats out, it creates a net to collect all. And going inside, it's going and it's looking for all those lost parts. And it finds that bit of you that you're feeling right now. And it surrounds you gently. Gently. Have a look. Be curious. What does that part look like? You know, when you watch a baby or you look at someone that you fall in love with, you go, oh, let me have a look. I want to see every part of you. And just look and be curious. Be curious at the shape. Be curious at what's inside. top of the eyes. Really see and look inside and see beyond the boundary. Look at the energy and slowly talk to that part. And let it know you're here for it. You've been waiting and you're sorry you haven't seen it. You haven't paid attention to it. Ask that it forgive you for not paying attention. You understand now. And you really want to know. I really want to know what it is that you want. What it is. What is it that you want? And then just, what is it that you feel? And just let it tell you what it's feeling. Let it tell you truthfully. As you smile at it. When we smile, we activate the high part of the myelinated part of the vagus nerve. The adaptive part, the part that's full of oxytocin. And it allows us to connect. It allows us to bring back these parts. It allows us to connect deeply. Just connecting, connecting, connecting. Let it feel the gentle hum of the beat of the drum. Of the gentle beat, just give it that gentle rock. The rocking A-I-O-U. The sounds of the universe resonating through you. Send the energy to that part. Let it know. Lull it. Lull it. Give it love. Give it empathy. Rock it gently. Let it know that you're scaffolding it, giving it a place. Finally. And then, like a child, when we feel safe, we kind of push away and open up and we go, hey, what's over there? I can go and have a look. Just let that part open up. Give it enough energy so that it feels safe. And ask it, what do you feel now? Oh, yes. Oh, gosh, I feel a lot more energy down there. What do you feel? Oh, yes, more energy. Oh, that's good. That's good. What do you want? Oh, well, I want this. Okay. Excellent. You want that. Wow. Okay. Don't fix, don't change, don't fix, don't change. We're just collecting. We're letting it find its way, its truth, its being in the wholeness of what it is as part of you. And then just send love to it. Remember, the high heart is about connecting and bringing back home, bringing the truth. Connecting in, breathing in, connecting to your heart, seeing your heart as the power center. Maybe if you can imagine the sun beaming light into you, as the energy from the sun beats down, you bring it into your body, bring it into the heart, let it fill the heart, bring energy from the earth coming up, nurturing into the sea of tranquility. And now let that heart get really energetic as you stream light stream light throughout your body, throughout your body, throughout your body. You stream energy, more and more energy. Let it push, 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 push all that doesn't belong to you, what doesn't truly belong to you, old beliefs that don't belong to you. Beliefs about I can't get better, the beliefs about I can't be who I need to be, beliefs about anything that someone has said that's been unkind to you. Throw it out, transform it, move it outside your body to where it goes to its highest good, away from you. Doesn't belong to you. Push it, push it, push it, and you might see yourself, see your body, see the boundary of your body. And outside our boundary, there's even more energy, our aura. Just push, 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 push the aura. Expand it, expand it, expand it. Let light go all the way through it. So you become like a globe of light. And then send it like a supernova. A supernova, let it go to the front of you, behind you, above you, below you, to all the corners of the earth. And as you send this energy out, you recognize it's endless. It's endless. It's all and it's nothing. It's all. It's the totality of it. And as you send out, you recognize everybody as that essence. You see that they are that pure essence. And many people are doing exactly the same thing right now. And you just receive, you receive, you receive, and just let yourself expand, expand, expand. And as you receive, imagine your solar plexus. Imagine it coming into your solar plexus, coming in. And as it comes in, you feel it from coming in front of you, behind you, above you, below you, to the sides of you, from all corners, on the diagonals of the earth. A whole 360, let it come right the way in. And then it moves up into your high heart, and you feel the pulsation as you pulsate it out. Ooh, out it goes. And you breathe in, and here it comes back in, and you're the cycle of life, the cycle of the universe, the cycle, the start of the black hole. And depending on where you are, if you're looking at the black hole at the event horizon, you'll see things coming in and out of it. And if you look at it from the top, you can only see things going down. And if you are at the bottom, you see things going up. So you see, you are that vortex. You can do one last sound of the universe. A-I-O-U. Words are the universe. Sounds of the universe. And just notice, just see if you can push them through the whole of your core. So the lower ones probably will go all the way down. A-I-O-U. And just notice as you go higher, you notice the frequency goes up. And as you go lower, the frequency goes down. But I'm curious, what would be the frequency that would go sideways? And be curious about that. How do we spread it sideways? How do we spread it that way? How do we spread it up and down and sideways? Does it come out in bursts? Just notice. Good. Okay. Just giving yourself. Just noticing, checking in. Where are you on the scale of 0 to 10 now? Are you feeling energized? Where are you feeling the most energy? Right now, I've got it certainly in my feet and legs, but I've also got energy here in in my body. Yesterday it was just kind of like I was bouncing everywhere. So just kind of understand, and I spent my whole day talking to people yesterday, so maybe there was a reason that I needed to have that massive energy. My energy is now more on my feet, so it's about grounding and bringing things here and walking that path. So I guess on that aspect. So yes, let's just see. We've done I want to just do a quick aura of that balance, and I will show you both of them, and I will put them in the slide. So Carla, how did it go for you? What came up for you? Did anything come up? How are you feeling? Sean, I know this is the first time that you've probably been on with me. So how did it go for you? All right. So I'm going to show you what we're looking at. There'll be different things, but I will go into the images. All right. So that was the first image, I think, and that was the second image. So it's interesting how we change a little bit. So I'm curious. I'm going to have a think about that. That was yesterday's one. We did some for the universe yesterday. It's part of the group. So that was fun. And that really shifted a lot of energy. So one of the things in the Genius is that you can do this. And I'm thinking about, I know that we can all download the app for 14 days. Maybe if you did download the app, we could actually do a different healing in the group. So maybe a little later I'll go on a Zoom and we can actually do a universal one. So we focus just for the EFT groups or just for, well, people we know, it doesn't matter. We can do it for the universe too. So take care and we'll speak soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. So if you can put your ratings down there, if you had a rating, let me know. It'd be good to find out more. All right, and take care. Bye-bye.